Hello people, I'm Vito and welcome back to Battalion Wars with Robberlink.
Hello.
Alright, so where we last left off, we defended a radar array from the Tundran Territories assault, and we tried rescuing some POWs, but it didn't go so well.
Have you ever tried racing in Halo Combat Evolved, specifically?
I was actually thinking of the Warthog run from Halo 3.
Thing is, in Halo 3, the Warthog actually feels natural. In Halo Combat Evolved, it sometimes just slides where it wants.
So yeah, we're going to try again. Hopefully no more vehicular difficulties.
Please hold, we are currently experiencing vehicular difficulties.
Yes.
I've been trying to remember. I've been trying to remember. Yes, I know. What were the factions? Because there's, the Western Frontier and Tundran Territories. Then
I don't know if,
but
I don't know if there'd be spoilers though, would it? We haven't gone
would
back
it be
to
a spoiler that a country exists?
in this case? I don't know. I remember like 3 other ones? 2 others at least. Yeah, 3. I remember at least 3 others.
Alright, well, I know there's one that's...
I remember there's
I'll
one...
say it's based off the British.
Yeah. I remember there's an Asian one, and then there's like a... I want to say it's probably a German one.
Yeah. Arguably... I don't know, it kind of seems like there were 2 of the same one, but like one was in the past, based on the story of the second one. But, so I don't know what it is here.
Yep, maybe we'll find out in the future.
Yeah, or into a ditch.
So, back to our regularly scheduled talk about RTS games.
Yes.
I feel like there are actually quite a few classic ones that I have not played. Like, I've played Age of Empires 2, but I haven't really played the first one. And I heard there's an Age of Empires 3, maybe even a 4th one. Haven't played those. And I have not played very many Command & Conquer games. I've played Red Alert 2 and 3, I think. But there's quite a few of them that I don't think I've played, really. Yeah, it's a big map.
Okay, maybe I can actually just zip past them.
Yeah, I think maybe the tanks are less dangerous than the cliff edge.
Watch out for those bazooka veterans. They'll put a dent in this operation for sure.
Ow, get out of my way.
Yeah, I heard there was some movie that came out based on Dune. I don't know much about Dune at all, and I haven't seen the movie or movies. But there was a Command & Conquer game, I believe, based on it.
Really?
I think it was called, like, Emperor Battle for Dune. I think it was still made by at least the Command & Conquer devs. I'm pretty sure. It was interesting. I don't remember the faction names or anything like that, but I remember it being fun. And there being a lot of sand.
Ow. Bonk. Oh boy. Car, please. Work with me here. Thank you.
Nice landing. You transfer in from the airport.
What is this suspension on this thing?
If only you were getting points like it was Stunt Track Driver. Did you ever see that game or play it? It's like a Hot Wheels game with Hot Wheels cars going on these tracks, and you get points for doing tricks on the jumps.
Maybe. Wait. That was like a half spin. Alright, let's go here with speed this time, because speed is key.
Speed is key! Hey, you made it! Oh, but you're being shot at.
Ow, 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 ow.
Uh-oh. Do
Oh, I could have just run through it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, where are we going? Okay, that way? Sir. I cannot see
Commander.
when you point me towards the ground.
Where are we going?
That away?
Where did I come from? Where am I going? Where did I come from? Cotton Eye Joe, please help. Okay, so I'm just going forward and right. Okay,
Yeah, that looks to be the way.
we're almost there.
Just a little bit more.
Or wait. No, I underestimated the map size. No, I still have to keep going. Ow.
That's a
I
tree,
swear
sir.
I swear the bullets were pushing me, like, just slightly to the left into the tree.
They might be.
Okay, right, Silver Star. I guess I should just follow that.
That's a tree, sir.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure. I had to get a closer look. Just to verify.
Glad I could help, sir.
Nice driving, Commander, but we're not out of the woods yet.
We literally are.
Another tundran roadblock. Find a way past.
What roadblock? I'm just following the oil. Like a true American. Ah. Guys, did I make it in time for dinner?
Hey, Commander, the frontier camp is dead ahead. Now, our scouts are safe, Commander. Now get ready for the tundran counterattack.
Ow, what?
Use the command bar to control transfer to the light. Okay, Commander, this baby is your ticket to victory. Take good care of her.
We get to shoot things?
Your men will not leave this clearing, Brigadier.
Oh.
That's what he says, Commander.
Yeah.
How
Could you
about
get
we
out of my
prove them
tank?
wrong?
Crush them! Prove to them the futility of war against the Tundran territories.
Just the could you get out of my tank thing reminds me of an ancient frickin' clip. It's got to be like 10 years old. From when I was playing Battlefield 4 on Xbox One. It had like a record feature. You could tell the Xbox record that and it would do it. Except if it didn't, usually you would be inclined to yell at it to do it more, you know, angrily, and it would be less likely to pick it up then. Which got frustrating. But there was one point where I was in a helicopter. It got badly damaged, so I landed, and I was whatever class you need to be to repair them. So I got out,
Serious threat to your tank.
started repairing it,
Take 'em out with your infantry.
and like right as it was pretty much full health, an ally went into it and took off without me. And then I used like the command thing to say, I need to ride. And then in the distance, I see it start going down and just crash. It's like wonderful allies I have. It's like I repair my frickin' helicopter, an ally takes it, doesn't know how to frickin' control it, and immediately crashes it.
Okay, guys, could you kill him? Oh. I think this thing's
Oh,
dead.
oops.
Well, we don't need that anyway. Oh, jeez. Why are we just letting him get this close?
Did they spawn in that close? I don't know.
Send in the bazooka vet.
Get over here.
Very nice. Oh, there's that tank they mentioned. I think you're eating all the
I think I
bazookas.
am sure. Okay.
Nice work, Commander. You rescued the prisoners and defended the base. Now that's what I call a victory.
Oh, we just had to defend the base. That's okay.
You have proved
I thought we had to push
a
out.
worthy opponent, Brigadier Betty. I look forward to our next encounter with great anticipation.
Me too, Marshal Nova. Better luck next time.
My friends are dead, ma'am.
Could you stop fraternizing with the enemy? At least you did it.
Eventually.
I don't think you had any more crashes off the edge or anything.
I don't know what power is, but I got some decent technique and speed, I guess.
Saving high score, that just makes me think like it would connect to the internet to actually submit a high score, but there's absolutely no point. This does not have internet connection or anything. Just do share with your friends or whatever. Alright, Missile Veteran. The sight of that distinctive curving smoke trail means freedom for troops pinned down by enemy aircraft. But missiles are easily confused by ground scatter. And against land-based units, they cannot achieve lock-on and simply spiral out of control. So it seems like some sort of contrived BS to make sure you don't use them like bazooka troops.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly from the second game, they also deal like very little damage to anything that's on the ground. In addition to being inaccurate. I think they had different descriptions for each faction, and for one of them, it was just they manually disable it for ground mode because, you know, that would be dishonorable or something. Or unsporting.
That does remind me of... Do you remember Robocraft?
That's an old one. Didn't it get shut down recently?
I think it did, sadly. I don't know how much it changed over the years, but when they introduced a flak cannon in that, it was literally programmed just like that, where if an enemy was near the ground, it would do almost nothing to them, but it still applied to aircraft. So if the aircraft flew to the ground, you would not be able to frickin' hurt it with the flak cannon.
Yeah.
Alright, plan of attack.
Man, remember when you could only have one weapon type in Robocraft?
Dang, I'm not sure if I even remember that. Maybe. It's been so long. Like, I remember when they started to introduce, like, the... whatever they were, like, the mega huge vehicles or whatever, and they costed, like, an arm and a leg for a single part.
Yeah, I don't think I ever made one full one. No, remember back in the good old days where the meta was, like, 5 blocks, a propeller, and a railgun, and it just became a sniper satellite.
Oh, yeah, there were helium blocks they would use.
Yeah, that's right.
Not even a propeller. You would just float to the ceiling of the sky, you know.
The arena.
Yeah, skybox limit, whatever. Sorry, I don't know what the word is at the moment. The invisible barrier at the top. Yeah. And then later on there were propeller crafts. They were kind of like helicopters, but they were called tesseracts. And they were built in some weird way to exploit how the damage was distributed, so that you would, like, lose a minimal amount of your craft when you soak damage, basically. They looked weird, but they were weird floating boxes with holes in them, basically. Because I think it used, like, corner pieces. So if you had, like, 4 corner pieces in the same area, it would leave a hole in it visually. But I think it would still block projectiles, maybe.
Huh.
It was weird. Alright, plan of attack. Assault and capture the Tundran command post at Castle Potemkin.
Potemkin from Guilty Gear?
I was just thinking that, even though I've never played that game. I've heard the name. Tactical deployment of your forces will be required to penetrate the anti-armor defenses that cast a ring of fire around this region.
I don't want tactical deployment. I want to just bash my head against things. What do you mean I have to be smart and plan the attack?
I don't know. Could you have seen the label for that yellow territory before that dialogue came up?
Oh, I wasn't looking.
Because I know before we hit record for this episode, you could see the letters DUN and it was just like, done.
I trust this day finds you fighting fit and ready for tactical combat. The scouts you rescued in your last mission have provided us with the location of one of the key Tundran command posts in this quadrant. Your task is to capture the Tundran HQ at Castle Potemkin so that we can learn more about Marshal Nova's battle plans. The Tundrons have fortified the entry points to the castle grounds with bazooka veterans, making a mechanized frontal assault impossible. A Tundran prison camp lies to the east. I suggest you free the Flame veteran POWs being held there and make good use of them.
Sir, I think you mean POWs.
Capture the Tundran HQ at Castle Potemkin, Commander. This is your primary objective. By pressing start pause, you can bring up the map screen.
I'm going,
and
I'm
review
going.
Your objectives, the surrounding terrain,
At a
and
leisurely
all unit
pace.
positions.
Okay. It's still a little weird that it's this little area you're looking at that is then magnified
Yeah.
instead of just wherever the magnified part is.
Or just, you know, magnify the entire thing
Yeah.
by choice.
Ooh.
An extra light tank.
Okay. So I could just assault head on, or I could get more units. Okie dokie. Well,
Time to go for it.
If you lose all
Yep.
your infantry, you will be unable to capture the castle, and this mission will end in failure. One final piece of advice, Commander. You can select the all icon in your command bar to give orders to all the units in your battalion.
Gesundheit, soldier.
Thank you, Commander.
All right. Well, let's see. What do we got? Light tank and rifles. So,
And that's to free your fire dudes.
yeah. So I will take my own tank with my own rifles.
To counter them.
Yes. I will leave the recon here. In case I need it for something, I guess.
In case you need to pull off another solo driving section.
Yes.
Random thought on the topic of RTS games again. In Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which is basically like Star Wars version of Age of Empires 2, I remember in the map editor you could, you know, set up your own custom things. Not only just like maps, but you could...
These prisoners are being well cared for, Colonel. Do not jeopardize their lives by attempting to free them.
You could set up your own like story mission basically, and you could put like triggers that would cause certain things to happen. I remember messing around with it to try and make like a unit into a super unit by like setting its attack to way higher and its health. But there was this weird thing where it seemed like they wouldn't always work.
You have liberated the Flame veterans, Commander. Your battalion now has increased combat effectiveness against enemy infantry.
Yeah, because I would set it to like, you know, trigger at all times, do this effect, raise their attack or whatever, set their attack to this, and I don't know, it was wonky. I could never get it to work consistently for everything I wanted, and I don't know why. But I don't know.
Eh. Buddy.
Over here, dude. Alright, one bonus objective down.
Yep.
Onward, and you leave them all behind because they can't keep up.
Better start running.
As the green dots slowly fall further and further behind. Shouldn't have skipped leg day. Okay, we'll wait.
Yeah. All right, then. Some bazookas and then a lot of flames.
I'm guessing those red strips are bridges.
Yeah, I think so.
Just the way they look, where there's that like one square at the one end, it just makes me think they're overhead semi-trucks or something.
Close enough.
We need to cross that semi-truck. This way, men.
Yep, it is this way. Alright.
Yeah, I also remember from Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds how, you know, some of the character voices, you can tell very clearly that they're not like the original voice actors from like the movies and whatnot. And I mean, it makes sense, you know, you can't pay a buttload of money to get, you know, these famous actors to do voices for just this game, but I remember being very disappointed as a kid. It's like, what? Immersion broken. You couldn't get the right person to voice this?
Ah, well. Light tank moment.
But then there were some games that did go out of their way to get the voice actors that, you know, are iconic, like James Bond, Everything or Nothing. I'm pretty sure they got Pierce Brosnan to voice that. They even had, like, some behind-the-scenes footage sort of thing. I think after you beat the game, there was, like, small interview clips from Pierce Brosnan. I think also... what's his name? John Cleese. And whoever the villains were. I think Willem Dafoe and Heidi Klum? But yeah, they also like went out of their way to make the characters in-game look very much like them.
That's kind of interesting.
Good job. You liberated the frontier light tank. Your battalion's combat effectiveness is now significantly improved.
Like, it makes sense for James Bond if they wanted to make him look like the Pierce Brosnan James Bond, but for someone like, you know, the villains, like, they didn't have to make him look like Willem Dafoe, but they did. Haha. We're out of your range.
Lol. Alright.
Get outranged, noob.
Guess it... Is this a path I can take?
I don't know, because, like, it looks like that might still be a cliff up there. Like, yeah, right around there. That might still be a cliff, like a sharp edge. I'm not sure.
Actually, wait.
But then again, do you need to care if there's a cliff? Can you just scale it anyway?
Let's find out. With the recon.
Aha, the hidden third side quest. Determine if cliffs are climbable. Once we get there. Yeah, now that I think about it, I think I remember in those interviews in James Bond, Everything or Nothing, they said they actually used some sort of technology to, like, capture the actors for the... I don't know if it was for modeling the characters or texturing them or both.
Alright, this definitely isn't a thing. I don't know why they're guarding this place then.
Just if you want some extra kills. Or if you want to be completionistic.
Oh, wait. I just noticed this version has a machine gun I can control.
Oh, nice.
Whoop. Where's... Lock onto the bazooka guy. There we go.
It's like in Halo Reach when you finally get a Falcon that has a front-mounted cannon.
It's like, oh my gosh, why isn't this on all of the models?
Yeah. It's like I can actually do something now other than just fly around. All transport vehicles must be armed. I decree it. For the sake of fun.
Honestly, even if it was just like 2 assault rifles strapped together, that would have been fine. Just give me something. Alright.
Ready for the frontal assault?
Yeah. Just not sure what direction. But
Shocking as it may be, sir, I believe that is also a tree.
Why did I bring you with me? Alright. Let's go cross a bridge. Let's go cross a bridge. Off to take the ridge.
Let's all go drive a tank.
Guys,
Calm down.
stop spazzing out.
I know you're excited, but we have a job to do.
Does it have to be so cool?
Oh, it actually does reach. Oh.
That does actually make me think of a lot of things in reference to RTS games. In Total Annihilation...
What?
Oh.
Why is my light recon coming from that direction?
He's a freaking genius, that's why.
He just tried. Sorry, I was not expecting that.
Excellent pathing, sir.
That got me.
I guess he tried going along the road. It was like, oh, this is the closest road. Frickin' AIs.
You were saying something about RTSs.
Yeah, in Total Annihilation, do you remember the long-range plasma cannons?
Oh yeah, Big
So-
Berthas and the Intimidators.
Yeah. For those of you watching who don't know, they're basically like turrets, except their purpose is basically to attack your enemy base from your own base, at least on small enough maps.
Or, harass their armies from 3 miles away
Yeah.
on larger maps.
They do have limited range, obviously. But I think you could actually get them to fire further than their
Yes.
range limit by telling them to attack very close to themselves.
Yeah, because I think then they try like aim upwards so that the shell will go up and then down next to them. But they can't aim all the way up, so they just aim as high as they can, which still lets them shoot a bit further than normal.
Yeah. So you can get like a solid, maybe a few buildings distance away from their max range just by doing that. But then there's also the whole thought, or the whole thing about fog of war in RTS games, which is especially wonky in things like Battlezone 2, where, a bullet can just go pretty far, there's bullet drop maybe, but it can still go really frickin' far. But then there's the AI, which is only permitted to target things a certain distance away.
Yeah.
So you can just start harassing things from very far away with a controlled unit.
Like what I'm kind of doing.
Yeah. And I think that will trigger them to start coming after you, but you can get the first shot off and maybe retreat and
Yeah.
then do it all over again and just...
Unless they're using like, a stationary defensive structure, in which case they can't do anything about it.
Oh yeah, true.
Well, this tank's dead. Dang, I died to barbed wire. Clearly.
So it does hurt.
Wait. Okay, why? That's some durable barbed wire. Alright. That's dealt with.
But yeah, in the case of a regular RTS game, it's not a huge deal, the whole fog of war and range limits. But when it comes to mixing in FPS and unit control, then yeah, if the AI has just some hard limit on how far they can attack, that's abusable usually.
To the capture point and fight to the last.
I suggest you clear the area.
My tanks are destroyed. Your combat
Oh, wait, there's help.
strategies are quite masterful, Colonel.
Yes!
Nice.
Thank you, Major General. But we must take the capture point before we can consider this mission a success, Commander.
Do not begin the victory celebrations just yet, Colonel. Tundran reinforcements are on their way.
Oh joy. It's another flying box. Shoot it.
Spawn camp. Ow. Ow.
Hide behind the infantry.
The enemy has not yet raised their flag. I am committing another wave of reinforcements to the front.
All right.
Commander, you must capture the Tundran HQ with the utmost...
Right, I have to like tell him to raise the flag or something.
Lock onto the capture point and press the
Y
Y
button,
button
okay.
to send your infantry to raise the frontier flag. You can press the B button to jump into the capture point and assist your men in raising the flag.
I don't think that's going to work in a tank, but okay.
Congratulations, Commander. You have captured the Tundran HQ. Frontier Command will be delighted.
All right.
Mission complete.
Castle Potemkin has been overrun. Marshal Nova will be furious.
Loading. But you did good. Speed 22%.
Probably because I spent extra time with the recon vehicle.
Yeah, we were just checking if the cliff was scalable, as you need to do. It's important to figure out.
Yes.
Very good. I do want to see if we can see the titles on the map when it comes up. Flame Veteran. Nothing strikes fear into an opponent more than the sight of a Flame Veteran advancing into close combat range. Amongst tightly packed infantry, Flame Vets are devastating, but against armored vehicles, they can do little more than... Oh, scorch the paint. For some reason from here, the S's look a little bit like E's, so I thought it was like Ecorch? Encroach? No.
That's French, you know?
Oh, that reminds me of the other thing I was going to say about Nuclear Dawn. I think there was one time in a match I was trying to destroy a building with like an explosive weapon, and I think the enemy leader in all chat said, flamethrowers are more effective at that. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what done is, but there is the Solar Empire.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah, that was the one based off like Asia.
Yeah. I want to say maybe more Japanese than Chinese, but I'm not sure.
I think so from what I remember.
I see Coral Atoll. I don't know if that's actually like a country or if that's just the land. Because I don't remember that.
Also, it's a bit weird saying Solar Empire because...
Sins of a Solar Empire?
That too, and there's another Solar Empire that I know of in a mod for yet another game.
But yeah, if you go back like 2 missions, you can see done on the right there. That's all you get.
Done. Not even done, just done. But for that, I'd say we are done, because it is about time to end the episode.
Yep, so we shall end this here for now, but we will continue this next time.
So, dear viewers, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.